Good day and welcome to today's Living Word. I'm Dwayne Matz. We're continuing in the book of Isaiah, cracking open a brand new chapter, chapter 7, beginning at verse 1. It reads as follows. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, that Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, went up to Jerusalem to make war against it, but could not prevail against it. And it was told to the house of David, saying, Syria's forces are deployed in Ephraim. So his heart, that is the heart of Ahaz, and the heart of his people were moved, as the trees of the woods are moved with the wind. Then the Lord said to Isaiah, Go out now to meet Ahaz, you and Shear-Jashub, your son, at the end of the aqueduct from the upper pool on the highway to the fuller's field, and say to him, Take heed and be quiet. Do not fear or be faint-hearted for these two stubs of smoking firebrands, for the fierce anger of Rezin and Syria and the son of Remaliah. That's Isaiah 7, 1 through 4. Now, for some reason, no account given here of Isaiah's activity during the reign of Jotham. The account moves from the year that Uzziah died to sometime during the reign of Ahaz. Rezin, who's the king of Syria, and Pekah, the king of Israel, had joined forces before in a successful attack against Ahaz. They have a little history here, okay? We read about that in 2 Chronicles 28, verse 5. Therefore the Lord his God delivered him into the hand of the king of Syria, meaning Ahaz. They defeated him and carried away a great multitude of them as captives and brought them to Damascus. Then he was also delivered into the hand of the king of Israel, who defeated him with a great slaughter. For Pekah, the son of Remaliah, killed 120,000 in Judah in one day, all valiant men, because they had forsaken the Lord God of their fathers. So this initial war against Judah under the reign of Ahaz took place about 740 BC. Rezin had conquered the harbor city of Elath, and Pekah soundly defeated a large, valiant army of men under Ahaz, killing 120,000 of them in one day. Nevertheless, Jerusalem still stands. It stood, and it was not taken. But now, the combined forces of Rezin and Pekah amassed in Ephraim and prepared for a siege against Jerusalem. Things aren't looking good. The threat of these armies caused a great deal of consternation to Ahaz and the inhabitants of Judah, and we read that their hearts were moved like trees in a wind. I mean, how would you feel if you were in their shoes, knowing that Pekah's armies alone had killed 120,000 fighting men in Judah? Would not your heart be trembling as well? Wouldn't you be like counting your days? Well, maybe you've been given some news lately that has caused your heart to flutter in fear. If so, listen again to the words found in verse 4 here of chapter 7. Be quiet. Do not fear or be faint-hearted. Now look, I know that's hard to do, but it boils down to trust in God. Whatever your situation may be, do not fear or become faint-hearted. Rather, be quiet. The Bible calls that be still and know that God is the Lord. He is aware of your situation, and he will work it out in accordance with his good and perfect will. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.